It was a cold February night when a woman found herself alone on the street after a heated argument with her friend. Late at night, following what should have been a joyful birthday celebration, she was left on the sidewalk without shoes or a ride. In times like these, we often rely on the kindness of strangers. But who can we trust? When an Uber driver turned her away, she put her faith in the wrong person and was never heard from again. "I want to say somebody knows something. Please just let her go," her mother pleaded, desperately seeking answers. Investigators were searching for the missing woman who had last been seen leaving a nightclub. An emotional farewell was held for a young mother, Correia, who had just celebrated her 23rd birthday in 2019 when she went missing. This is the tragic story of Jassy Correia. Born in February 1996 in Cape Verde, Jassy moved to the U.S. at the age of 3 with her father and grew up in Boston. Grateful for the opportunities her family provided, she was excited about her future, which she documented in a notebook. The front of the notebook read, "Life is my favorite adventure." Inside, she tracked her budget and to-do lists, writing motivational notes like, "You've got this," and "You can do it." Having experienced poverty as a child, Jassy had a social worker to help her find her footing. This notebook was a testament to her optimism and determination. She worked as a hostess in a Boston restaurant and was actively seeking more work closer to home in Dorchester to support herself and her 2-year-old daughter, Gabby. Gabby had been born under tumultuous circumstances. Her father, Miguel, had a troubled history with Jasse. In January 2018, when Gabby was just a year old, Jasse texted Miguel's mother saying, "You need to help me. Miguel won't let me leave. Don't call him. He'll kill me." She sent a photo showing her injuries. Miguel had broken her nose and fractured her orbital bone. Miguel's mother called 911, and police found Jasse hiding beneath the stairs in his home, barely able to speak. Miguel had become jealous and refused to let her leave. Though police charged him, Jasse chose not to cooperate in the court case that followed, likely due to the trauma she had endured. Miguel was found guilty of kidnapping and assault and sentenced to 4.5 to 5 years in prison, along with 3 years of probation. He was ordered to have no contact with Jasse. Finally feeling safe, Jasse began to rebuild her life. She was working on enrolling Gabby in daycare and searching for a stable place to live. She had a job interview scheduled for February 25, 2019, but Jasse would never make it to that interview. On February 26, 2019, Jasse celebrated her 23rd birthday with friends. She planned a night out at a club, leaving Gabby in the care of Miguel's mother, who had saved her life the previous year. Jasse trusted her implicitly, unaware that her own safety was at risk. On the morning of her birthday, Jasse went to her friend Nia's apartment in Dorchester. They went shopping, and Jasse bought an outfit for the club: black high heels, an orange jumpsuit, and a denim jacket. They got ready together, but Jasse left her other belongings, including her apartment keys, at Nia's place, planning to stay there after their night out. Around midnight, Asia and her friend Reggie picked up Jasse and Nia from Nia's apartment. They arrived at the club in downtown Boston around 12:40 a.m. The 4 friends bought a bottle of champagne and shared it before taking shots of tequila and hitting the dance floor. Nia's last memory of Jasse was an argument they had at the bar, which continued until the club closed at 2 a.m. As they walked back to the parking garage, Jasse took off her heels and handed them to Asia. CCTV footage captured Jasse and Nia continuing to argue, with Nia pushing Jasse multiple times. According to Asia and Reggie, Jasse tried to de-escalate the situation, urging Nia to calm down and get into the car. But Nia, who was drunk, refused to leave with them. Asia and Reggie drove off, leaving Jasse and Nia to call an Uber. They accidentally took Jasse's shoes with them, leaving her barefoot. This was the last time any of them saw Jasse alive. The next morning, Nia woke up in an empty apartment and realized Jasse hadn't returned. She tried calling Jasse, but there was no answer. Jasse's friends continued to reach out over the next few days, but she never responded. By the afternoon of February 26th, Jasse's birthday, Nia and Jasse's father reported her missing. "I want to say somebody knows something. Please just let her go," her mother pleaded, her voice filled with anguish. The police began searching the area around the nightclub where Jasse had last been seen. The location was well covered by CCTV, allowing them to track her final movements. They found footage of Jasse alone on the sidewalk, wearing only a denim jacket and no shoes. She approached an Uber idling nearby, asking the driver if he could use her app to hire him. However, he refused her, wanting to earn more money as an Uber driver. When she attempted to get into the car, he pushed her out, causing her to fall onto the sidewalk. At 2:16 a.m., another man approached her. CCTV footage showed him picking her up and holding her by both hands as they talked. Jasse looked around for Nia but didn't see her, and she apparently agreed to go with this man, a tragic mistake. The man was Louis D. Coleman III, a 32-year-old from Providence, Rhode Island. He held a master's degree in experimental physics and had been working in an electrical engineering lab. By all accounts, Louis seemed like an ordinary man with a promising future, but his past held no indication of the horror that was to come. In the early hours of February 24, 2019, Louis was at the same venue as Jasse. He had arrived at 1 a.m. and met a young woman named Lorna. They hit it off, but when Lorna's brother intervened, she left the club without him. Alone, Louis left the club and passed by Jasse, who had just been rejected for a ride. He approached her at the moment she was pushed out of the Uber, and they began talking. CCTV captured Louis walking with Jasse, even giving her a piggyback ride as they moved down the street. Eventually, she made the fateful decision to get into his car. Police later matched his image from the CCTV to his ID taken at the venue. Louis's Android phone kept a log of his location data, which showed he drove to Tremont Street, where he remained stationary for 12 minutes with his headlights off. When he encountered two police cars with flashing lights, he backed up, indicating he had something to hide. At 4:15 a.m., he returned to his residence in Providence, just an hour's drive from the club. On February 28th, the Boston police contacted the Providence Police Department to check on Louis's apartment. When they arrived, they were unable to enter the building. Unbeknownst to them, Louis was watching from the street. After they left, he retrieved his car and was captured on CCTV wheeling a suitcase towards it. The following day, Boston police entered Louis's apartment, which was empty. The windows were open despite the snow, and both a couch cushion cover and shower curtain were missing. The truth soon became horrifyingly clear. CCTV footage showed Louis driving into the parking lot early Sunday morning and dragging Jasse's body through the lobby to his apartment. Jasse was already dead, and her body was found naked and covered in what is believed to be baking soda. This evidence was crucial in linking Louis to her death. Over the next few days, he was seen entering the building with suspicious packages, including duct tape, surgical gloves, and an odor respirator. Police later found footage of Louis struggling to lift a large suitcase into his car trunk, which was clearly heavy. They activated the car's OnStar location tracker and intercepted him driving in Delaware. Inside the trunk, they discovered the suitcase containing Jasse's body. The police also recovered Louis's computer, which revealed a series of disturbing internet searches made between February 24th and 27th, including "Can a person fit in a suitcase?" and "How to embalm a body." The autopsy confirmed that Jasse had been assaulted and strangled. Louis's cousin expressed disbelief, stating he had grown up in a nice home and had no idea what could have led him to commit such a crime. "He was a good, honest guy as far as I knew," he said. Jassy Correia, a bright young woman who had endured a traumatic past, had been lured to her death in a senseless attack. She was a mother, brave and strong. She did not deserve this, her loved ones lamented. In 2022, Lewis faced justice, being convicted of kidnapping resulting in death and sentenced to life in prison. He is currently in custody and is expected to appear in federal court on new charges. This case serves as a reminder that violence against women is not just a women's issue. It is a societal problem that requires men to take responsibility in their lives and communities. The tragic loss of Jassy Correia highlights the urgent need for awareness and action to ensure that women can go out and celebrate life without fear. What are your thoughts on this tragic story? Could Jassy's death have been prevented? The circumstances surrounding her disappearance and the events leading up to it raise critical questions about safety, accountability, and the societal norms that allow such tragedies to occur. Jassy's life was filled with hope and ambition, yet it was cut short by a series of unfortunate events and decisions made by those around her. Her story is a stark reminder of the vulnerabilities women face, especially in social settings where alcohol and late-night outings can cloud judgment and lead to dangerous situations. The failure of the Uber driver to assist her, the argument with her friend, and ultimately her decision to trust a stranger all contributed to a tragic outcome. It underscores the importance of looking out for one another, especially in moments of vulnerability. Friends should prioritize each other's safety, ensuring that no one is left alone or in a precarious situation. Moreover, the case highlights the need for better education and awareness around consent, personal safety, and the responsibilities that come with being a bystander. Communities must come together to foster environments where women feel safe and supported, and where men are held accountable for their actions. As we reflect on Jassy's story, it is crucial to advocate for systemic changes that address the root causes of violence against women. This includes promoting healthy relationships, encouraging open conversations about consent, and ensuring that law enforcement takes reports of missing persons seriously and acts swiftly. In memory of Jassy Correia, let us strive to create a world where every woman can celebrate her life without fear, where kindness prevails over indifference, and where justice is served for those who have been wronged. Until next time, stay safe and vigilant.